ETV studio to your TV and on the web, it's Homework Hotline. Go to homeworkhotline.tv to ask your math or science questions.
Welcome to Homework Hotline. It be Talk Like a Pirate Day, so we want to give you a welcome to Homework Hotline. I am Ken Pinkerton, retired science teacher from Zane Middle School.
And I'm Alysha Simoni from Alice Birney.
Right here in Eureka City Schools. So we have a new format. So you have to go to homeworkhotline.tv, and there's a link there that will take you to YouTube. And you can watch TV and also send us your questions. So thanks, Carly, for sending in a message. But send in those questions or your comments. Let us know you're there. So while we be waiting for those first messages, to use my good eye. we talked about vibrations on Tuesday, and so which makes sound. So the way you can make a vibration or a sound is by hitting it.
Percussion.
Percussion is the fancy word for it. Or you can rub it. This would be a turkey call. Or you can vibrate it somehow. So it'd be and those would be, and then the size, it'd be showing you the different ways that you could make a sound. So would you be kind enough to play us a tune?
Oh, all right.
Very good. Reminds me of the mermaids singing. So, and you be noticing that the little guys, they make
High.
And the little guys, they be making low notes. In this case, we got a question. That one right there.
What is a squared number?
We go into the
whiteboard. All right. I don't know if I can do this in a pirate voice, but I'll try.
You do fine.
So when you have a squared number, like 2 squared, you take 2 squares by 2 squares.
And you make a
Square.
a square.
2 by 2. So how many do you have in there? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Far.
So another way to look at it is 2 times 2. And we can say units squared. But you can do it for different ones also. So if you have 3 squared, it's going to be the same thing, but with 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So this would be 3 times 3, which is 9. If you're not great at your multiplication tables yet, you can count them out. This is a nice way to visualize how it works. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And you always want to have your unit of measurement. So since we don't have one, we can just say units. Teachers knock off points for not writing those units.
Naked numbers.
Naked numbers. Clothe those bad boys.
Yeah. Evil them.
Call in if you have any questions.
Or text in. Even better. That was a good one. Thank you. All right. So we be doing some other things with sound. You want to try the...
Oh.
This is one you could make at home. You just take a straw, which you, I don't know, and you trim off the front of it very sharp, like that.
It's like a little duck beak.
Yeah. And you practice. By squeezing it in different ways with your lips, then you can get the there we go. You gotta bring back your fingers a little bit so I don't nip them off. And then this is the fun part. We'll practice. No pressure.
Except for the pressure of the air.
Arrgh.
We've got to find the sweet
We
spot.
gotta find the spot on there. There we go. And then practice a little bit. There's a fun part coming up. Besides watching you.
This is not what I signed up.
I be trying to. Arr.
Oh, when we get it steady, we got to get it steady.
It'd be harder than it looks. There we go.
It gets higher.
Yeah, it'd be a fun one because as you cut it slower, it becomes higher and higher. So it illustrates that the longer the body, the deeper the pitch. Aye, that would have been a good one.
It pulls
we-
a little, it wiggles it when
Yeah,
you cut it.
We need to be practicing it a little bit more. So give us a note. So what's it say? Why would it be good?
Why would I be a good member of the Alice Birney Student Council?
What are qualities? Well, that's kind of a social program question. But
Yes, Ashini, that being a good student at school, paying attention to your teachers, listening, being a good friend to the people around you.
responsible.
Yes.
Listening is key. Communication. Arg, that'd be a fine thing. So
To be a good member.
definitely so.
Respectful, responsible, and safe.
Definitely so.
School rules.
Well, rubbin can make some cool things, so we got some cool rubbin things here. This be a prayer bowl. Just a little metal bowl, and ye rub the outside of it. And just that friction on the outside gets it a vibrating. And those vibrations make sound. You don't have one of these at home, you can try this. You get yourself a long stem glass. Fill it about halfway full of water, I would say. Or so you can adjust it and see. And you rub the outside of it. And you kind of vary the friction. We have a little bit less. There you go. Might not be cooperating. There you go. And then the neat thing on here is if you watch just opposite of the finger, you can see this side vibrating and the water being disturbed. You can see a wave going around the outside that follows your finger. And that be vibrations. And by changing the depth,
Lower. was scary.
So try that at home. That would be one. And that's be rubbing or
Friction.
friction. And then think of the musical instruments that use this. Your violin, cello. It works better with less water, I think. I put too much in for yours. What about? Try it. So try this one at home. I got the right spot on mine now. Hey, but more vibrations make those sounds. So now here's a vibrator you can make at home. And this be called a bull roar. Be made of a paint stirring stick and a string.
Let's try that.
As it starts to
We got to get it the right length.
there. And they be from Australia. And that low pitch can be heard for miles and miles. So they're very good for long distance communication.
And they're used for the animals?
For people,
Oh.
the Australian Aborigines designed these, and somehow they would come up with ways of signaling each other over vast distances.
And that's like I learned about lion roars because
Yeah.
they're so low. They can go up to 5 miles
Yeah.
if it's.
And elephants even better. That below what we can hear, they can go for miles and miles and miles. And if you hear, next time you watch a video of elephants, listen, and you'll often hear very, very deep rumbling sounds. And those can travel through the earth for miles and miles.
Oh, they can feel that with
yeah,
their
and
feet.
their feet. Yeah, so the elephants can communicate over great distances by doing that. So that's one you can make at home too. Trying to think of some others. And then what's an interesting one too is that there's this typical tuning fork, which here we'll turn on the sound if you'd be so kind to hold that. I haven't turned it on yet. And this is just a aptly named tuning fork. And it makes that sound. And by the size, is the red light on?
The green light's on.
No, the green light is on. It'd be very high, quiet sound. But
We could put it next to ours,
okay,
maybe.
try it on that one. Yeah, maybe. You can hear it better up here. Is that better? Hey, okay, but that's not only all that will do it. Anything that be having a fork.
Oh, man. So this is part of a bicycle.
This is bicycle. Try that one. Now think big deep down sound.
Oh, I touched it. If you hit yourself with it, though, it kind of kills the vibration.
Then we try this one. Very, very low. Elephant. See. Don't know if you can hear this one or not. It's very subtle. But those all be tuning forks. And then the smaller, that's a good one.
I feel like the smaller goes longer, too.
Yeah. And it's made of a special metal that vibrates too. So, and then I think like this be special strong steel, like that. So that it
It's still vibrating right now.
can still hold its thing. And then, let's see if the camera can pick this up.
It's like this.
Do that and then touch it to the water surface. So give it a good whack first, and then touch both of them. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Nice.
I'm going to move this iPad out of the way.
That's a good idea.
Otherwise, I might not be invited back.
Right.
Might ask me to walk the plank.
Right. Heal all ya. Oh, very nice. Let's try this one.
That's
My
not
depth
gonna,
perception is off.
this is, I don't think you can't touch them in there. Let's try this one. Can this one? We can try.
Try 1 foot. My depth perception is horrible.
No, it hits the edge.
Yeah, it's just not vibrating, not as fast as that one, so you can't see it. Aye, but around your house, ooh, very nice. Be looking for forks and give them a
Would a regular fork work?
It might.
Give it a shot. Let us know.
Give it a try, yeah. Go to your kitchen, try one of the ones for like stabbing a steak. And try
The one with the 3.
And give them a try and see if that would be a good one or not. So, but anything that vibrates, remember, makes sound. If it vibrates too fast, we can't hear it. If it vibrates too slow, we can't hear it either. So this be another rubbing one. See if give it a try.
Sorry, I wanted to play with it.
What do you think it's for?
Birds.
Birds. That'd be an Audubon Society bird call. And it works simply by friction. You push down hard. Nice. You get higher pitch or lower pitch by how hard you squeeze it. All right, let's see. Do we have any questions? So let us know you're watching, though. Give us a call. We see a couple people saying hi, but send us a question. It'd be a new technology, so we need to get everybody used to it, and it makes it better for us, too. All right.
Ashini, you can always write back with questions for your math or science. If Mr. Hand showed you something that you didn't quite understand or wanted to know more about.
Now this would be a cool one. Last time you showed this one. Which would be just a spring attached to a big diaphragm. So a diaphragm is just a piece, like a drum head that goes over anything. That'd be a dramatic.
Very dramatic.
And this would be a fun toy from Japan. And it's just got a little friction right there and a diaphragm here. And when I spin it, and it'd be making all that noise because the friction be here, but it travels down the string just like a telephone or a string telephone, and it make the diaphragm vibrate, and we get that cool. You want to try?
Yeah.
Cool sound. And it'd be decorated like a cicada. And the cicadas are
different sounds.
different sound, yeah. They come out every 17 years and make that really cool sound. We had them a couple years ago here.
They only come out every 7 years.
I think 7 or 17, I'm not sure.
Oh, man.
But I think it's every 17, and there's different species that go in for longer times, but that'd be, I think, we had a nice outbreak of them a few years here, and in some parts of the world they're huge. And they live underground, and they live in the roots of trees and stuff. That's where they live most of their life, and they just come out to reproduce, lay eggs, and then they're back in the ground for another 16 or 17 years. So it'd be an interesting one. So, all right, some other things, common things that you might know about too. It'd be like the bells on your, I'm sure you've got a Bert and Ernie at home, and it'd be working by just these little hammer go back and forth on there, and it causes, let's see if I can make it go. I have to change the settings, see what time it is, and see if we can get it to work or not. And that just be going back. Another cool bell, see if I can find it here. I have to need both my eyes, is a little school bell. And it'd just be working by, but then
like a bike bell.
It's a bike bell, not a school bell. Bike bell. The really cool thing about this is if I pull it apart, you'll see inside it's got little washers that spin, and this little washer will move back and forth. So it'd be, when it fly out, it hits the side of the bell and bounces off, and then bounces back out again because of the forces on it, And that repeating, rather than just rubbing on it, it makes the cool bell sound. So rather than a single ding and then rubbing, it be, so it's bum 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 on there. So it's school bells. So we got
Bike bell.
bike bell.
That's how he got to school.
Yeah, that's I knew what time it was. So, the bike bell works, and it's very it's great. Just the physics of that. The spinning around throws out the little weights inside, and then they hit the side and bounce back off. And
So
it's a
simple but
very,
efficient.
Yeah, an incredibly cool design for. I get excited about simple designs. It's just when you figure out how some things work, it's pretty darn cool. So, all right, let's be looking and see. Do we have any new messages? So again, homeworkhotline.tv. Go to the link. You can see us there a few seconds later than on your TV, and drop us a question. So we be doing it.
Did we do this one? I liked this one.
Yeah.
This was a friction.
Yeah, it's a friction, and that's a turkey call. It's got a nice turkey sound to it. So there's all kinds of different ones, and then we got the duck call.
Is it just wood on? Is
Yeah,
that all
you
that's
can
rubbing?
open that up if you want. Yeah, so it's just a little piece of wood on this, like a diaphragm, something to rub it on. Yeah, so you can hold that up and see.
Is it just like in the hole that it's rubbing?
I think that yeah, right there on the side, it's where the friction is, and then it's big.
Oh, it's low. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
low.
The bigger it is, the more, yeah. So you can see it's rubbing right there. The spring pulls it back, and that friction. And then it's got a resonance chamber, just like your ukulele. It'd be so that the sounds can be louder in there. So, and the same thing with the duck call.
Very simple.
We took it also very simple, where it's just this reed that vibrates, and depending on the size of the reed, then it makes a deeper or a higher pitch sound. This would be my favorite one. It'd be a crow call. I should loan it to you to see what the crows at your school or your ravens would do. See if they go away or not. So vibrations be the secret of all sounds. So
I like this one still.
yeah. So again, we can hit it, we can rub it, we can vibrate it just by getting some vibrations going. You can make it like in the air chamber. It gets the air inside vibrating, and so we get the different cool sounds of it. And then so those three percussions. So yeah, hit.
Drums would be percussion.
Drums, right?
Then the strings.
Right. Violins, cellos, bass, all of those
Guitars.
are played with bows, or you pluck it. So it's kind of the same
That
kind of vibrating it. And then for all the horns, for the most part, some of them are, they get a reed inside, and so that starts the air going. And then some of them, like these organ bells, they have a divider right here, and I think that kind of breaks the air up, and it starts it vibrating through the chamber.
We got a joke for Pirate Day.
Aye, what be it?
What is a pirate's favorite element?
Oh,
Do you know?
I heard through the headphones here. It'd be argon.
That was from Temet.
Thank you, Damet. That'd be a good one. So, but
I just really like this one.
yeah.
Mostly I like making a mess on Sam's set.
Yeah, so anything vibrating in that way, so it'd be a good one on there. So let's see what else I got in my bag of tricks here.
Ooh, I like that one. The purple one.
Oh, the purple one. That's a neat one.
Ha!
Now this one, and then think about as she does it, what is it? Is she hitting it? Would she be rubbing it? Or does she get it vibrating?
It's really high pitched.
It is. And by changing the length of that, you get longer or shorter sounds.
It doesn't really. help if I move my hand on
Yeah,
it.
no, it doesn't.
I thought
very
maybe
much.
I could change.
But you can use giant ones. David Holler and I at CR Science night, David brought a giant, like 6-inch pipe and stood on a table and swung it around, and it made a really deep, deep sound with those things. So, and sometimes with the pipes and things. So, well, we be wrapping it up. I be Ken Pinkerton from Zane. Thank you. We'll see you on Tuesday with a new group. See you then.